Hi, this is Virna DePaul, best-selling author and contributor at the HEA blog at usatoday.com. Today, I'm interviewing USA Today best-selling author Lisa Jackson. Your latest release, Afraid to Die, came out on June 12th. How do you get into the heads of the murderers in your books, such as the ice mummy killer who's using the cold winter weather in Montana to preserve his victims in Afraid to Die?
That's a good question. People ask me it often, and I don't even know really how to answer because it's just a matter of imagination. I think for an author to convey what a character is feeling, the author themselves has to feel it. And of course, I'm not a murderer, I'm also not a man, I'm also not black, and all these different characters have different points of views. So I think it's a matter of imagination, and you just have to go there. What I tell my family is, okay, I'm going to submerge. And what that means is don't call me, don't come over, because I'm going to basically be into the book and into the head of whichever character, whether it be a murderer or a cowboy or a investigator, whoever it is. So it's something that is just a natural instinct. I think the important thing is to try to figure out what the character's motives are so you can think like the character, to a certain extent, of course.
Right, and temporarily.
Yes, yes.
Can you tell us about the romance in Afraid to Die?
That was kind of an interesting thing that kind of just blossomed. I had the characters going in one direction in a previous book, but when I blocked out Afraid to Die, another character came to mind, a male character, a hero, and I just wanted to give Selena Alvarez, the detective who's the story surrounds, more than just the backstory that I already knew. So I kind of let it unfold, and the character of Dylan O'Keefe came to me, and it came on strong, and I just loved their romance. So I think it's pretty good.
Do you find it challenging to develop a romance in your books when the suspense is so dark?
Just the opposite. I think it's kind of hard to write a romance when nothing exciting is going on, because the way I try to do my books is that the suspense ratchets up the romance, ratchets up the suspense, ratchets up the romance. The more you're involved with this person, the scarier it is, and so your emotions and your adrenaline are running hot, or scared, or cold, whatever. Your emotions are raw. And I think that, for me anyway, it enhances the romance as opposed to detracts from it.
Afraid to Die is the fourth book in the Alvarez and Piscoli series. Do you have another one in the works?
Yes, I'm writing Ready to Die that'll be out in 2013, and actually I have the idea for Deserves to Die, which will be out in, hopefully, 2014. Is that right? Are we clear up to 2014? I think so. But yes, and the Ready to Die, that book has been approved, the idea for it, and I am actually writing it now. So I love to write these books. I don't know why. I think it's because I'm from a small town myself, a very rural small town, and so I think that it's something I can tap into a little more easily than the big city people.
Mm-hmm. Your upcoming release, We Don't Want to Know, comes out August 7th, 2012, and is described as a chilling gothic thriller. Can you tell us about it?
Yes, it is. I really want to do something very gothic with You Don't Want to Know. I just wanted it to have that feel, and I wanted the heroine to be isolated, and I wanted her to be actually wondering if she was losing her mind. Mm-hmm. I wanted her to be extremely paranoid, and I wanted her to think that she was seeing her son, whom disappeared 2 years earlier, and he was only 2 years old at the time. So she knows she's not really seeing him because he's still 2 years old when she sees him, but she doesn't know what's going on and who she can trust. And the problem I had writing the book was, when I started writing it, I thought, gosh, she's just really a wimp. She's just kind of worried and doesn't know anything. And so I wanted her to be a strong woman as well, so I had to go to her backstory and make her the strong person that totally crumbled at the loss of her son. Mm-hmm. And the story picks up from there to find out what really happened to the boy and if she can recover.
It sounds wonderful, and I'm automatically thinking of The Shining for some reason. Did you a little bit of
That's
that feel maybe?
Hey, if you can compare me to Stephen King, I'm in.
Okay.
Yes, but the feeling of what is real and what isn't real, what's happening and what isn't happening. Is it all in my mind? Are these people? Are these? Is my family good to me, or are they all evil? It was a really fun book to write. Let me tell you, I had a blast with that one.
Awesome. You're running a big contest to celebrate this release. What's that about?
Yes, it's a contest that the readers vote for their town, and they can go to the Kensington website or to my Facebook site or lisajackson.com, and the links will take you there. And you vote each day for your town. I think you can vote every day. Maybe you can only vote once. I don't really know. Anyway, and the idea is the town that gets the most votes, then on August 7th, the release date for the book, I will go there and there'll be a big launch party, there'll be prizes, and I'll sign books and meet all the fans who hopefully are voting for me. So I encourage everyone to go out and vote for their town.
I certainly am going to. That's so exciting. Hypnosis comes up and you don't want to know. Did you research hypnosis before you wrote it into the story?
I have been hypnotized.
Ooh.
And I thought, they'll never be able to hypnotize me. Beautiful little room. But yes, I used that, my experience in doing the hypnosis scenes. It's a funny thing. I thought, oh, I'm too strong, I'm too smart, I'm too whatever. I can't be hypnotized. And for me, it was like you were somewhere else, but you were also in the room. It wasn't like you were completely gone. And I didn't get up and walk around like a chicken or whatever they tell you to do. I did discover some very interesting things. She would command me to do something. She commanded me to look to my future. And I thought, what do you mean? And so she said, well, just look over your shoulder. So I looked over my left shoulder, and there was my past, and it was black, and there was a mountain with all sorts of clouds around it. And I turned my head and looked to the right, and there was this golden valley, all shimmery, all great. And it was weird, but it's kind of what happened. I mean, it's my life has turned out so well, and it kind of went through a rough patch. And so I took that experience, as I take a lot of experiences from my own life, and put it into the book.
You sometimes write novels with your sister, Nancy Bush. Is it
Yes.
difficult collaborating with another author, especially a family member?
Nancy's my little sister, and she's very stubborn. And she gets an idea in her head, and it just won't move. But she's who got me interested in writing. She's the one who said we could do this, and I didn't believe her, and she was right. And we've written together over the years. She'll write scenes of my books or edit them, and vice versa. All of our books have been written in tandem, although one person actually does the writing, until the Wicked series. And so it was kind of a big leap of faith again, but we had a ball. The Wicked series, it's Wicked Game and Wicked Lies, and we're working on something wicked, has a paranormal element, and it's set on the Oregon coast where we spent a lot of summers as kids. And so we really have had fun. Yes, we have had one time that I remember we really got hot with each other. We just closed the computer down and went out and had a drink. Took care of the problem.
Oh, awesome. What's been your favorite setting for a book and why?
You know, that's another tough question. Every time I'm in a setting, I love it. Like I told you, I like the Montana settings, although I have never been to Montana except as a child. I'm going this year, but I love the whole Montana thing. So I love to go there in the small rural town and the mountains. I grew up in Oregon in a small town, so that's good. But I write this series set in New Orleans, a wonderful town, and I'm writing another book, the third of a series that's going to be set in Savannah, another one of my favorite towns. And I love LA, I love San Francisco, I love Seattle. So it's whatever is the moment. And I just absolutely love being able to go to different places in my mind. I have a town called Bad Luck, Texas. It's completely fictitious, as is Grizzly Falls, Montana, where Afraid to Die is set. And what's troublesome there is when you go back, there's no map to, unless you've created one yourself to go back to. So you have to make your town real. And I'll give you a little hint here. Grizzly Falls, Montana sure looks like a lot like Oregon City, Oregon.
It's been such a pleasure talking with you. Is there anything you'd like to say to our viewers as we wrap up?
Just that I'd like them to visit me on Facebook and visit my website, www.lisajackson.com, and come join the party. We do live chats. There's lots of conversations on Facebook, and so come see me.
Great. Thank you so much for this interview. It's been wonderful.
Thank you for having me.